I want to dispel some myths. When we talk about affordability, housing affordability, there's some things that we need to make sure we are not being exclusive of. So, whether you're a young professional starting your career, whether you're a young family who's looking for housing here in Columbia, if you want to live somewhere in our city limits, you need to make sure that your family is able to afford the house that you live in. So when we talk about affordable housing, we're not talking about affordable housing for low income or for any particular class of people. We're talking about affordable housing for everybody. We're talking about attainable housing. We're talking about the ability for people who, if you're a senior on a fixed income, you know, we're talking about making sure that this city, Columbia, works for everybody. The simple message of our campaign that it's about you also means that housing has to be for you. You have to be able to live here in Columbia, be able to work, live, and play. You need to make sure that the investment that you're making, as is often said, if you're buying a house, if you're renting uh, a house, a home, and you're working to maybe even potentially one day own a home, that that home purchase, the houses that you buy in your lifetime, are often going to be the most expensive investments that you make in your life. And so we've got to make sure that as folks, as families, as individuals, look to make that investment to call Columbia home, that we're doing so in an affordable way. That process of life, the maybe the starter home that you might have bought 20 years ago, that you can now make that starter home purchase here in Columbia. That the home that you have for your family is one that allows for you to be zoned for great schools, so that you can make sure that your children get educated, so that you can live and work in an environment where your job isn't 30, 40 minutes away. We've got to make sure that as our seniors who have lived and served Columbia, have had careers here, are now able to maybe, whether it's downsize, whether it's live next to their grandchildren, whatever it may be, we've got to make sure that this is a Columbia that everybody is able to enjoy. And that starts with making sure that it is an affordable Columbia. We've got to make sure that the spectrum of housing, whether it's rental or ownership, is available to everyone here in Columbia. And that's a challenge. That's something that we have to tackle here. Part of that is also recognizing and being and truly owning the fact that we have a housing deficit here. We also have a housing or home value challenge here. In 29203, the average home value is literally half of the average home value in 29205. We've got to make sure that as we look at generational wealth opportunities, as growth opportunities, that we're taking that fact into account.